on his body, some water coming out of his head. You've never seen a sadhu like that. And the sadhu, Lord Shiva, asked, I've come to see Krishna. Can I have darshan of your lala? And Mother Yashoda looked at him and thought, this is impossible. He'll just scare Krishna. He'll cry. So she gave him one roti. I think here they call them tikka, something like that. Thick roti, like that thick. Just bang, take this and go. So disappointed, Lord Shiva left. As soon as he left, Krishna started crying and crying uncontrollably. The other ladies came and said, what happened? Did someone just come by, or some unusual person come by? And she said, well, yeah, there's this way outside, somewhere from another planet. And the lady said, he's put the evil eye on your lala. What do they call it? Naja. So you've got to find him and apologize to him and do whatever he wants, and he'll take the spell off lala. So they went looking around. They found Lord Shiva at the place we're going to next, which is called Asheshava, just out in the fields. And they brought him up here. He saw Krishna. Krishna stopped crying. He was very happy to be with his great devotee. Then Lord Shiva said, okay, I have to go now. He walked out. As soon as he got out, Krishna started crying and crying and crying. Mother Yashoda came running out, grabbed Lord Shiva, dragged him out. You're going to have to stay. Lord Shiva stayed a little while. He said, you know, I really have to go. And Mother Yashoda said, you can't go. You've got to stay. So Lord Shiva said, all right, we'll make a deal. Every day, I want to be the first one who gets the remnants from Krishna's lunch. And in the morning, I want to be the first one to get the bathing water, the Charanamrita, from when Krishna's bathed in the morning. So Mother Yashoda said, no problem. So Lord Shiva expanded himself, and he's here in a deity form, Shiva Linga. Just on the other side, we'll see that shortly. And even to this day, 5,000 years later, the Raj Bhoga offering, first remnants are taken there, the bathing water, like that. Yeah. So Lord Shiva's here as the hill, he's here in his deity form. These pastimes happen here.
Hare Krishna. Hello, Prabhuji, 10 rupees, 5 rupees. Give me donation gift to Rakna Cow Shiva. Hare Krishna, Mata Shiva. Mother, 10 rupees. Cow Shiva. Give me donation gift to Rakna. Hare, Besi Jaru, Hare Krishna temple se aayo.
Vraj Mandal Parikrama of just this northwestern Vraj Mandal. Now, let's see. If we look over, you see this little white building next to us, brick building, and it's got this raised bit which may be a chimney or something. Straight over that, there's one road going out into the mist. On the left of it is a sort of double-story building in the trees. That is Vrindakund. We're going there shortly. In a little while, we'll go to Vrindakund. Now we're coming around to our right. Out in the mist, like you see this truck going to our left, yeah? Out behind that in the mist, in fact we can't see anything, is Nandagram. On a clear day you can see. That is where Mother Yashoda appeared. That's the home of Mother Yashoda, Nandagram. Then, okay, coming around to the right again, in front of us we see these two white domes, just in front of us. Behind there's a brick building, red brick with yellow and white stripes. Immediately behind that, is Pavan Sarovar. We're going to Pavan Sarovar also in a little while. That is the lake which purifies the heart. Very, very wonderful, beautiful place. Then coming around again a little further to the right, we see on the edge of the town is a road going straight out and then turning to the left a little, right? You see that? Now, straight behind it is a kund. Can you see the water between the trees there? The trees make a little V. So this is Moti Kund. Moti Kund. Moti means Krishna's pearl pastime. It was Diwali, which is coming up shortly, right, in a few days, couple of weeks. It was Diwali. Krishna wanted to decorate his cows with pearls. So he asked the gopis, would you please give some of your pearls so I can decorate my cows? They said, what? Our pearls? Valuable pearls on your cows? Animals? You must be joking. So they refused. And Krishna got upset. He said, okay, I'll teach you a lesson. He went and stole Mother Yashoda's pearls and planted them around that kund. And this is special Krishna technology. They then grew into beautiful pearl trees. And each one pearl produced a beautiful pearl tree which gave hundreds of pearls. And when the gopis saw that, they couldn't believe it. And this was, they didn't like that. Krishna beat us, and Krishna was telling them, ha, 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 just see. This is the way it works between them. So then the gopis said, okay, we'll also plant pearls. We'll show him. So they went and stole all their parents' pearls and planted them at another place that's on the other side of Varshana, where we're going tomorrow. We'll try and point it out if we can tomorrow. There's another kund there, Mukta Kund. So they planted them, and then they waited. Every day they came and watched the ground. Finally, where they had planted those pearls, little plants actually started coming out of the ground. So they thought, yes, we're going to show Krishna here. We'll come up with so many pearls. So those plants grew and got to, this size. And then it became apparent that they were of a different variety, a different breed, different species of plant. And the gopis got into anxiety. What are these things going to produce? They look like thorn trees. And they were thorn trees. And they produced no pearls. And the gopis' parents realized that all their pearls had disappeared. And they asked the gopis, where are they? And the gopis said, well, we planted them. And the parents got so angry. So then the gopis had to go to Krishna and beg him, won't you please let us have some of your nice pearls? You're such a nice person. And, we love serving you. And won't you give us some pearls? But Krishna played hard to get. He just said, well, I don't know, not today, come back tomorrow. Things like that. He avoided giving them the pearls. So it's a long story. It's like a 100-page book. Back and forth between the gopis and Krishna. Finally, Krishna gave them some pearls. So that's Moti Kund then, just out there. Then coming around again to the right is Yavat. You see that little temple, little blue temple with the two red flags? Straight out from there is Yavat somewhere in the mist. Then, let's see, where are we now? Okay. Now, next one is just in between. There's two lots of tents. One lot of small tents on the right and then the whole big pandal thing. Just in between, past that, is some big trees. You see that? Those big trees. This is Tia Kadamba. Coming around from... Have you got that? You can see what's Tia Kadamba? You see the small tents there, there's like 10 or 12 small tents. Straight over them about 300 or 400 yards or so further on the big trees, several big trees, that's Kekada. Coming to the right again, there's another group of trees with just one big tree. Can you see that? And just to the left of the big tree is a small temple dome. That's a Sheshavan. This is where Lord Shiva went. You know, we were telling you that story. Lord Shiva came here once to see Krishna, but Mother Yashoda wouldn't let him. Then he went out there, and he sat and meditated and prayed. Asha. Yeah, Asha. Asha Isha. He hoped, he desired in his heart to see Krishna. And eventually he did, as we said. So that's a Sheshavan.
You something give?
Plenty, lots, everything. So Krishna Kund is immediately in front of the water tank, the big yellowy white water tank. Krishna Kund, which Krishna dug with his flute, multi-purpose flute. Calling cows, calling gopis, digging kunds, you know. Okay, then coming around again to the right, is one very straight road. Can you see that very straight road going out there? That is the Mathura road. And that is the road that Krishna left Vrindavan on. So therefore some say, in a transcendental sense, it's the saddest road in the world. Because when Krishna went out on that road, the Brijvasis' lives went out with him. Then coming around again to the right, now it gets a little tricky because of the mist. If you come around from that road, let's see, there's the main road, yeah, which is going from left to right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And then of course there is this other kund here, bigger body of water, just on the other side of the houses before the main road.
Yeah.
Now, well, Uddhav Kiri, let's see, Uddhav Kiri. There's this kund here, then there's another kund to the right of it, with a little road going in between the two kunds.
Yeah.
Now the bigger trees across the main road, the bigger trees like just 100 yards across the main road, that's Uddhav Kiri. This is where Uddhava delivered the message of Krishna to the gopis. That's described in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You may know that part of the Bhagavatam where Radharani is talking to the bee. You remember that? Okay. Okay. So we'll go around a little further again.
Sit down.
No. And smaller one on the right with a road in between them. The bigger tree is just out from there about 150 yards past the main road, that's Uddhav Kiri. Then coming around again to the right, just past the edge of the village is one yellow building on its own. Can you see that? Yeah. So that's Nanda Maharaj's Baitak, Nanda Baitak, the sitting place and temple of Nanda Maharaj. And inside there, I think, unfortunately, we probably don't have time today, but the original Nrsingadev deity worshipped by Nanda Maharaj. So then coming around again to the right, a little further there at the back, you can see there's a little shrine amongst the trees, and on the right of that is that building, looks like a small warehouse or something. Yeah. Right. So there, that is Hau Bilal. Very famous place, Hau Bilal. One time Krishna was being very naughty. Well, you know, many times Krishna was naughty, but this time Mother Yashoda was really stressed out with it, and she didn't know what to do. So then she thought of a new idea. I will frighten Krishna, and in this way get him to be good. So I will make up some fictitious creature and threaten Krishna with this. So she told Krishna, you know, you better be a good boy. If you're not a good boy, the howl will get you. Krishna said, the what? The howl? I've been living here for some years. I never heard of any howl. What's a howl? Mother Yashoda said, oh, it has big teeth and long hair, and it loves eating naughty little boys. And Krishna became very good. Krishna was very good for about 20 minutes. Then Krishna became naughty again, and Mother Yashoda said, watch out, you better be careful. The howl will get you. He's got big claws and 3 eyes. And he loves eating naughty little boys. So Krishna was good for about another 10 minutes. Finally Krishna went outside, and Mother Yashoda was carrying on with her household duties. Suddenly Krishna came running back in. Mata, Mata, help! The howl's coming! Mother Yashoda thought, what the hell? Oh no, I frightened him. She thought, I made up this howl. I made up this creature. It doesn't exist. But somehow he thinks it exists, and he's frightened. Oh, she felt very bad. And then she told Krishna, actually, you know what? There is no howl. I just made up the howl. Don't worry, please. Krishna said, no, no, there is a howl. He's coming. He's just around the corner. Mother Yashoda felt very bad. She said, no, really, there is no howl. I just made him up. Honestly, please, I'm so sorry to frighten you. Suddenly, from around the corner, came a howl. Mother Yashoda was just dumbfounded. And then she called out, you know what she called out? Krishna, help! And, well, there are different versions of what happened to the howl. Well, there were a few howls, actually. Some say that Lord Shiva came and turned them into stone. Others say they became nice devotees. Devotee howls. But one way or another, Mother Yashoda and Krishna were saved from the howls. And as they say, they all lived happily ever after. And afterwards, Mother Yashoda was thinking, my gosh, that was unbelievable. That was incredible. I just made up this howl. There is no howl. It is a complete concoction. And suddenly there's a howl. What's going on? And Krishna said, if my mata says there's a howl, then there's a howl. Whatever my mata says is right. So you children, any of you, okay? Just remember that, okay? Whatever Mataji says, it's always right. Then you'll make good progress and get lots of prasad. Especially sweets. Okay. Then, well, just behind the howl place, just behind that sort of warehouse or whatever looking structure, is Yashoda Kund or Nanda Kund. Really nice kund. You should go there sometime. It's really nice. Then coming around, there's another big kund on the left there, on the right rather. You see just amongst the trees. I think that's Yashoda Kund. Then I think let's go over to the right again, right to the corner there, okay? So, when Akrura came to take Krishna from Vrindavan, then he came in around this hill on the other side of the hill. And as he was coming around on the chariot, it was Kamsa's chariot, what did he see? Do you know what he saw? He saw one of Krishna's footprints on a rock. And when he saw that, he became just overwhelmed. It's described in the Bhagavatam. And he fell off the chariot, just rolled in the dust. So that footprint on that rock is still there, just on the other side of the hill. And so there you have it. That's a little Vrajmandal Parikrama in a nutshell. What we'll do now we're going to go down the stairs here, which are behind you, just on this corner here, and then we'll go down to Asheshavan, that place of Lord Shiva, and
हरिबोल मारा एक पैर हरिबोल मारा एक बाबूजी हमारा भी भेजो हमारा फोटो खींचो हमारा भी भेजो हमारा फोटो हमारा
Ashesha Van. Asha Isha. So, as we sing every morning at Guru Puja, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, Chitte Te Kariya Aikya, Arna Koryo Mane Asha. My only desire is to have my mind purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Padma Vakya. Asha. This is our desire. Ye prasade pure sarva asha. So we were explaining up there on top of the hill how Lord Shiva came and he wanted the darshan of Krishna, but Mother Yashoda was not willing. So Lord Shiva, in the middle of all